Welcome back to Super-Duperville, episode 17. 2 plus 1 equals... I am Mike of Dragon Rider Gaming. Thank you so very much for stopping by, watch the City Skylines episode. I appreciate it. Today we have 4 goals ahead of us. Number 1, it's landscaping time. There's a little bit of repair I want to do up in the cargo harbor, and then some general layout in the northeast corner of the map for a upcoming goal. Trying to leave it cryptic. Number 2, it's sewer relocation time. So the sewage farm that we had at the southern portion of Stutopia, as well as the disaster response unit area off to the southwest and southeast of the city, I want to relocate all of that, which includes the helicopter pads, the satellite dish, the weather radar, the incineration plants. I'm going to move those to 2 new spots on the east and west side of Stutopia. Number 3, it's railroad fixing time. So all of the Y junctions for the railroads as they come in from the outskirts of the city and go on the big roundabout railroad ring that we made around the city, I want to increase the size of those Y junctions because right now a train can get stuck in that Y junction and it could cause backups of other trains and mass chaos if something weird happens with our city. So I want to stop that from possibly happening. And finally, number 4, which is the main point of the episode, it's expansion time to Positiville. So that's what we're going to put in the northeast corner of the map. We're actually going to start the main road and highway layouts for Positiville. Excellent. So here we are, left off with last time. We're going to start with the landscape right off the bat. So if we go to an overhead shot here, we look at the area for Positiville over here, we notice that there's a lot of horky-borky stuff going on here. Patented Biffa term there. Going off onto the very east side here. So I'm not going to do a heck of a lot of flattening. All I want to do is just ease the aggressiveness of this ground a little bit. So if we go to our landscape tool, we go to our level tool, not our level tool, our softening tool, and we increase our brush size way up and we drop our brush strength way down. Let's go even larger. All I want to do here is smooth some of this stuff out. So we look at the pattern of the ground here, like this little area here, you can see it has a little circle and it's higher elevation. Actually, I am going to up the brush strength. By just holding down the button, you see that that's shrinking and shrinking and shrinking and eventually disappears. That's all I want to do is just to reduce the aggressiveness of some of these areas. Like this little mountain molehill there, I want that to kind of poof and go away. I don't mind the other elevation and stuff. And this stuff up in the corner there, that doesn't matter so much. But this stuff off to the east side is going to matter a little bit more when we get our right leg of Positiville in place. Don't really need to do much down here at all. This little crease is fine. The rest of this is fine. Yeah, that's good. That's all I want to do. Just a little bit of that. It just smooths it out a little bit. And as you see, there's still quite a bit of contour here to this land. So it's still going to offer us little cool area, I think, to work with. So that is Positiville. The other thing I want to do here, before I unpause the game here, if we look at our cargo hub, we had this section here that was bridged and raised, and it included a rail, which makes perfect sense for a bridge section. But then we go into a section here, a couple sections here that have no rail on it. So I want to kind of fix that. And the way we're going to fix that is I'm just going to delete out these sections. I'm going to pull out the landscape a little bit. We're going to use our level tool, select up there. We're going to drop our brush size way down. And our brush strength there is fine. And I want to pull this out just far enough that it comes out to the edge here. And then I'm going to do it alongside here as well. Just temporarily. We'll pull this back after a little bit. It does these funky little extra molehills here, but whatever. Just enough so that we can get this section in nice and smooth. Smooth, smooth, smooth. So we're going to go back to our train, select our train tracks. Whoops, no. Click off of that, go to an overhead view, switch to our curve tool. we're going to select this option, which forces the use of an elevated piece if available, which will put that railing in place here. So we come out 10 units, up 10 units, drop that in place, and now we have a railed area all the way up here. So that's perfect. Then we switch back to our straight line. We're going to come up 2 units. Whoops. Start it there. Come up 2 units, because that's what we had before. And then all we got to do is attach it up here, and it'll have that nice gradual slope to it. Everything has a nice railing on it. That looks fabulous. You are marvelous. That is marvelous, darling. Marvelous. All right, so a little Billy Crystal reference there. So we're going to go back to our level tool, select a ground level inside the water, and push this back. I only want to push it back enough so it doesn't expose that bridge section too much. So let's see, just like I did there. That's not what I wanted to see, but I did want to push most of this back. I think I got my brush strength too high is why it got so aggressive there. Whoa, see, a little aggressive there. So we'll go over here, we'll select this. I'm going to drop my strength way back down and just push this back out just a hair. This area here, come on out there, puppy. I just want enough ground level around the bridge here to make it look like you built it to the edge, but not completely over the edge, right? So this one here I want out just a little bit more. Same with that. And we can go back and try and clean this up again. I hate that it does that. I don't like those little moundy areas. But anyway, we're good to go up here. This looks good. Let me just see if I can drop this down without doing something too crazy. Yeah, see, it just wants to aggressively go after it. My goodness. Yeah, that'll work. Yep, I like that. That'll work. Excellent. Okay, so, and it doesn't put any kind of dirt or anything out here too crazy that it's going to affect everything. So I just want to check the water level, making sure we don't have anything crazy going on here. It should raise up a little bit of a ruckus. Not too much there. That's good. Good, good. So that's done. Positiville is set and ready to rock and roll here in a minute. Next up, I'm going to do some railroad fixing here on these Y junctions, and I will be right back. Okay, so the railroads are in place. That took a while. That last one really caused some havoc. So now we're going to move the sewage farm. And like I said, I want to move it to 2 different points around the city on the east and west side. And what I'm thinking is putting one of them here and then the other one on the north side here or the south side. I'm not really sure which. I'm thinking on the south side because this is kind of dead space down here. But putting on the north side might be convenient as well. Thinking. I'm going to go on the north side. So I kind of have it almost polar opposites around the city of Stutopia for now. These will also get expanded upon down the line as well. But I want to put the helipads and stuff up here. And I think I might keep the sewage. No, I want the airport down here. So I'm going to put it up here and over here. Sorry, I'm thinking as I'm going here. And I will be right back. Let me get some roads in place here and grow this puppy. Okay, so we got the sewage farm moved. We just moved it up here. We put the 3 helicopter depots in place. The health, or no, that's the police, and the health one up here. So one each of those 3 fire depots. I added a solar updraft panel over here, but this one is turned off. And if we zoom over here, that was really quick. Sorry about the super fast zoom. A couple changes to this one. We also put 3 1-in-1 up here. Got the disaster response unit here, the satellite dish, the weather radar beacon, 2 more updraft towers with one of them turned off as well, so we have expansion. We moved all 3 incinerator plants over here, and instead of moving the advanced inland water treatment plant to this area, if we take a look at these, where are we at here? So this one here is this inland water treatment plant costs $2,500 to build, $320 a week upkeep, and it has a drain capacity of 120,000 cubic meters. I almost always say that wrong. Has a large pollution imprint and noise pollution, but we don't care over in this area about the ground pollution necessarily. If you look at the advanced inland water treatment plant, costs twice as much to upkeep, $320 to $640. Only has a drain capacity of 160,000 cubic meters. So you're only gaining 40,000 cubic meters, so 1 1/3 times for twice the cost. It has a heck of a lot smaller pollution imprint, but again, we don't care in this area right now. So I just switched over and just added a couple more of these. That gives us a ton of sewage ability right here in line with the water intake, so that's good. Electrical should be good at 2. I don't know why it's down so much right now. Probably because the output of these is not great right now. Let's see here. 240 output, yeah. These guys are cranking out 31, 19, and 24. These guys will get up a little bit more. They're cranking out more as they get more garbage. So that'll increase and get back up here into the green as they get up to max output. We can always turn on one of these if we need to at some point here. And then we have our water pumping stations in the water out here that are routing that water all the way over here. So if anything happens to this line, we're kind of SOL. But the rest of this is all cleaned up. So that looks great. This one here is water, and they're all set. Had to do some leveling of the land here because I originally wanted to build it close to the highway. But yeah, that wasn't working out with that ridge there. So, all right, so that's in place. Oh, yeah, and I just extended the road here coming out from Chippendale's area. Did a little underground tunnel here and just brought it over so that people that work here can get to this area properly and service the buildings and so forth and so on and all that kind of good hunky stuff. And then I moved our tall radio mast to here, which has a very good coverage area, but it's covering only this area here and most of Chippendale's at this point right now. So it's not going to cover Positiville as much, but we will see what we can do about that. It might actually cover up here. I can't remember. So it is time. Let's get Positiville in place. So this will be fun. I have a plan. It is a mad plan, but it is a plan. So we will go for it, and here we go. So I'm going to start with putting this in the corner, right on the edge, so I know where the edge of my map is. And I'm going to run this right down the side. I don't know, some number of units here. I don't even know what, but it doesn't really matter. I just need to get it kind of a straight line there, right against the edge of the map. That's perfect. So that when I come down this side, I'm not shooting off the map. That's perfect. Okay. So from that point, I'm going to draw something right on the inside of that. Like I said, we're going to go with 4-lane two-way roads throughout this entire city area. So if we want this right to the edge, which we don't, we're going to come in a little bit off the edge, probably whatever this is, 10 units, 12 units. Yeah, we're going to come in off this edge a little bit. Just draw that in place. And as soon as it snaps to a line there, this is where I'm going to put our top area. So I'm going to come over 72 units. And right there is where, actually I'm going to do it right there. So right there is the top of our city. I'm going to come over 120 units on that one. If I can find my 120, here it is. And right there is the top edge of our city. So I can get rid of the rest of this stuff. Oh, I should have probably had it paused while I was drawing that. just to save the money. Be careful as I go along here. So there's the top edge of our city. From here, I'm going to be able to draw the outline of our city and then start drawing in the roads, and I will be right back. Okay, so that is it. We have got to build up some money again, and we spent a ton of money putting in Positiville. Essentially, as you can see here, we have a raised highway system coming into and out of the city in both directions, north, south, east, and west. I should spin around this way, so we're talking consistent directions. And then all of the lower roads are 4-lane two-way roads. So I will have to go around and set up everything for the traffic manager and dedicated turn lanes, kind of a thing like that. I got to go around and click on every single one of these things. So that's going to take a while. I will do that off camera. And then we will be able to start building. As you see, we got pretty decent building areas here. We'll be able to put in the low density out here. We will put in low density here as well. I'm probably going to do low density commercial, high density commercial, and then high density residential when we get into these interior sections, with this center block kind of being a municipal type area. The noise levels, if I remember my button, will eventually be the highway system. You see how noisy this highway system is. These highways will have a lot of noise around them, so we're going to get some sick people that are going to be right along this interior section here. It could be that I try to put some municipals or businesses right here next to the highway, or offices next to the highways. We'll see. I'll see how that works out. I don't know exactly how that's going to work out just yet, but I'm very happy with this layout because we were able to get these so that the pillars were in place and they're on each side of the highway. You got this underground highway with a little bit of light coming through as you're driving down here. And you come up to the center section. It has I really like this intersection. I'm very happy that I chose this intersection. But you come in here and you have a little split off. This one goes both ways. If we look at the way I set up the directions. Oh, I'm sorry. This outside goes straight ahead for either lane. Both of these turn and go off, in which you're then told you can go left or right from there. If you go straight on ahead, it's a 2-lane road that goes all the way to the other side of the city. Then when you join up, it has a 2-lane coming in. So I made a couple stretches of 4-lane highway here, and then it drops back down to 3-lane. They can figure out what they're going to do in these first couple nodes and figure out how to merge down and get into there. It shouldn't be that high of traffic in that section anyway. Same thing coming back that direction, but coming from the north and south, when we come up here, it looks like I got a little bit of height plane to do. I want to raise this up and just make that slope a little bit better. As you come in from the north and south, it is just 3-lane coming in. Splits off to 2 and 1, joins back up with 2 here for this highway. But as you come across here and it splits off again to either go north or to continue on, when it joins back up, it's also 3 lanes coming back in. So there is no need for a 4-lane highway here, which is nice. And that stretches out to the edge of the city. And then you also have the underground road here that goes out to the edge of the city. Now, the other thing I'm going to add in is other intersections for people to get on and off the highway. Because right now, they can come in on the highway and merge here, but there's no way to get down to Positiville. So the idea is I'm going to put a section here for a merge. I'm going to move up 3 sections. So here for a merge, here for a merge, and then on the interior section here for a merge. I think, is that right? Here or here, I can't remember which one. It would be 1, 2, 3, so it will be this one. That's going to be hard to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that off. I may not end up doing that. And maybe I go every 2 sections. I don't know. 1, 2, and that's what, 1, 2, and then it would be here, and then it would be here. That's even kind of tight to the other intersection to try and get a ramp off of there, as well as try and get it down to the street somehow. I don't know. I got to figure out how I'm going to work all that out. And I'm going to play with that off camera. But for today, I really think that that's good enough. It gets the basic structure in place. You can see we got a real challenge over here on the hill with the elevation of that area. Let me go to this mode. So we got a real elevation challenge here on this hill for where to put houses, how to mold this into the hill and keep this same kind of contour and ship. Whoops, I didn't mean to speed it up there. But yeah, I like this because it gives a lot of contour to the land. It's got a lot of character. I really like the way this looks. I'm really excited to get in here and start building out this area. That cost us over $1 million to build all of that stuff. That is crazy. And we're down to, well, we're back up to 313,000. That's not bad. But to move all these things. All these were costing us a ton of money to move, and between that and all the roads, over $1 million. That's why it's important to keep your money high, right? All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. We got quite a bit done in this one, I think. We got the sewage farm moved. We moved the disaster relief headquarters. We got the railroad intersections fixed. We got the cargo hub in Chippendales fixed. And we laid in a huge, huge new area in Positiville. So that's exciting. Really happy to see that go in. In the next one here, off camera, I'm going to work on figuring out how we're going to do those intersections on the raised highway and get that all put in place. And then we'll get back to building the new area up. Very excited. So anyway, if you like what you're seeing here, hit a like, hit a dislike, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, send me tons of money, all that kind of good stuff. Until next time, this is Mike of Dragon Rider Gaming. Thank you very much. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye, everybody.